Hi friends, welcome back to Fending for the Soul. Today we are going to go and visit Badami-Patadakal-Aihole, this wonderful temple and fort circuit in North Karnataka. If you have watched my film on Hampi, you're going to appreciate this video film that much more. Hampi is a 500-year-old historic town of rock-cut caves and temples in North Karnataka. Well, Badami circuit is 1400 years old, so it's about 3 times older than Hampi. But sadly, tourists tend to go only to Hampi, and many don't go to Badami circuit. So I'm hoping that this film will encourage you to even go and visit the Badami circuit. So let me show you some stills, photographs to whet your appetite before the video film. This is a glimpse of the Badami Fort. Badami Fort again, a more modern era, Maratha era cannon on the Badami Fort. The rock cut caves of Badami. Look at the excellent sculpture work and intricate details. I like to thank the Archaeological Survey of India for protecting these monuments and maintaining them for all of us to see. That's the Bhutnath temple on the picturesque Agastya Lake. It gets submerged, almost half submerged during the monsoons in July. There's huge waterfalls down that mountain slope. This is I think at least a 300-year-old peepal tree that we saw in Patadakal, and it's behind the Virupaksha temple and on the banks of the Malaprabha river. This is Iholy, the Durga temple in Iholy. Iholy used to be some kind of a university for all this temple architecture, and has about 16 types of freestanding temples and 4 types of rock-cut shrines. This is a glimpse of Patadakal temples, the Agastya Lake again from the rock-cut caves of Badami. That's the Bhutnath temple at the distance where my arrow is pointing. And another view of the Agastya Lake. So without much ado, let's get to the video. Sit back and enjoy. Welcome to the Badami Fort. This is the entrance. Our group is entering the fort. It's all red sandstone, very picturesque. That's a part of the museum. Baswaraj, our tour guide, is explaining the type of rocks that exist here.
Inside some chemical, so the chemical come outside. That's why we will see the crack pieces. But I don't know what is the name of chemical. So around Badami, you drive 40 kilometer, we have like this type of stone. Then you heard the name Krishna River in Karnataka. The Krishna have a tributary river, 2 rivers, Malaprabha and Ghataprabha. So where Malaprabha and Ghataprabha valley, there we will see this type of rocks. Otherwise, in India, Andhra Pradesh, Gandikota, we have like this type of rocks. Out of India, would you like to see this type?
We are at the Ganesha temple, and you can see the Vishnu temple at a distance, and the lovely Agastya Lake, and the South Hill, and the other side of the fort, and then the parts of the Badami town. A lot of wind and breeze today. This is the beautiful Agastya Lake and the Bhutnath temple, which in the monsoon months of July gets submerged. A lot of locals come and sit here by the lakeside every evening. We are doing the same. Baswaraj, our tour guide, introduces us to the first of the 4 rock-cut caves at Badami. Whatever you see is from just one monolithic rock. All the columns, all the steps, all the sculpture. Just fascinating.
For example, pillars are here, sculptures are here, all is a monolithic. Then today what we see the Chalukyan art and architecture, 90% pillar have a square type of pillar, 10% round circular, but all because last 2000 years ago in our South India, the famous classical dance in Bharatanatyam. Still Bharatanatyam is the famous classical dance of in our India. The Bharatanatyam have a main dancing movement, posture, 81 dancing movements in Bharatanatyam. So the all 81 dancing movements we see here. Wait, how it is? I will show some dancing, this movement. Then one hand like this, Damaru Mudra, holding the small music instrument in his hand. Then one more hand like this, Chinna Mudra, teaching movements. 2 hands, upper part like this, we need finger like this. This is a Mayura Mudra, means a peacock dance. So just you do permutation combination, 9 into 9 or 9 cross 9. So the all 81 dancing movements we see here. The entire world are diamond bracelet, diamond ring, Karna Kundala, top of the head, half moon. So it's a half Vishnu, half Shiva, snake ring, snake bracelet, top of the head, half moon and skull face. So it's a half Shiva and half Vishnu. Then Parvati, then Lakshmi, Nandi and Garuda. Nandi is one of the animals but looks like a human body, face is Nandi. Come close, have a look, this is a Garuda, it looks like a human body but some wings this corner. So that is we recognize. Then this is a Garuda. See? Yeah, no, it's
This is the view of the Badami North Hill, Badami Fort North Hill from the South Hill. And the Agastya Lake, very, very picturesque. Quite a lot of tourists today. This is cave number 3 at Badami. Look at the quality sculpture work, all from one monolithic rock. All this is from just one rock. All red sandstone, fair bit of erotic sculpture, and very, very artistic. And this is 1400 years ago. It sometimes completely amazes you. That's Lord Vishnu at a distance. You had Shiva in the cave 1, then you have Vishnu here. This is the view of cave number 4, the Jain cave, with its many, Tirthankara idols. This is Mahavira, the 24th Tirthankara in the Jain religion, the most famous really. Then several Tirthankara sculptures, Tirthankaras are the saviors and the learned ones. Very pretty cave.
This is view of the north hill, the other side of the fort, from the cave number 4, the Jain cave, and view of the Agastya lake. Very pretty. This is the view of the cave number 1 from a distance. There's a group of tourists that has just arrived, and with the other tour guide whom we know, Chandru. All made from one rock, as you can see. We are entering the Patadakal town, village, and you can see those wonderful, temples, rock-cut temples at a distance.
Crown festival, Pattabhishekam. So that's why this is the place of, what was the behind? Patadakal. Pattada means king's crowning ceremony. Kallu means made out of the stone. Before Patadakal, it was Isuvalalu. Before that one, Isuvalalu, before is a Pertagallu, Isuvalalu, then Patadakal. Now sometimes we say Patadakallu or Patadakal. This Patadakal, all temple faces east direction.
Here you have a lovely view of the Patadakal temples and the fantastic architecture and sculpture work. It's 1400 years old only. Just look at it. From red sandstone. When you look at all this work, you simply marvel at the skill and ingenuity of the master sculptors, They worked out of singular monolithic rocks, and look at what they have created. The Virupaksha temple was also a lovely spot for an artist to sit and do his sketches of all the temples around. So we are at Patadakal, and we are breaking for lunch, and Shiv Prasad lunch home, and Renuka is the lady running it, and with her husband Shankar. ಏನು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಇದ ಜೋಳದ ರೊಟ್ಟಿನ
ಜವಾರಿ ಜೋಳದ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ.
ಅಕ್ಕ, ಇದು ಜೋಳದ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಗ ಮಾಡುದೀರಾ?
ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ?
ಇದು ಯಾವುದು ಚಟ್ನಿ ಹಚ್ಬೇಡ ಚಟ್ನಿ ಹಚ್ಬೇಡ ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ ಹಚ್ಚ I told him don't put chutney powder, chili powder.
Asking Renuka here how she makes the jolad roti or jawar roti, and she said she makes it by hand, and we just showed you how she makes it by hand, and this is how she does it. First she rolls it and then she uses her hands to. That's the way she uses her hands. Very interesting. And look at this pile of rotis here, all made of jawar, and popularly known as jolad roti in Karnataka, especially in northern Karnataka. And that's her husband Shankar, who is serving us, and we are all sitting down to a big meal. What is there for the meal? So you have jolad roti, you have brinjal, bhaji, and moong. Wow.
Why do you have to take these videos?
And here, that's Mallar who's saying, why do I take these videos? Mallar, smile for the video. Thank you. And that's Baswaraj Anna, our tour guide all the way from Badami. He showed us Badami yesterday. Now today Patadakal. We're taking a lunch break. We're going to go to Iholy. Speaking of jawar rotis, here is how the jawar crop is threshed by the side of the roads in northern Karnataka, the places where we were traveling. What a sight. Finally, we are in Iholy, which acted as a university for temple architecture of that era. And this is where there are some 16 types of freestanding temples and 4 types of rock-cut shrines. It's a very pretty location, the last of the Badami-Patadakal-Aihole circuit, last stop. And though all these monuments are 1400 years old, you still need a 2021 lawn mower to keep the lawn trim. This gardener has his work cut out, as you can see. So I hope all of you enjoyed watching this film. If you have not been to Badami, Patadakal and Iholy, please make the trip at the earliest. Thank you for watching.